It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. And this is Industry Stories. And get ready, because this is what you've been waiting for. This is the real truth behind the Kim Kardashian voicemails and Whitney Houston, Ray J relationship. And the reason why I'm not all up in arms about these voicemails that Candace Owens, she's obviously getting them from Ray J or Kanye West or whoever, to try to expose or put more people to hate Kim Kardashian. This is now the Kim Kardashian hate train. So Candace is bringing back voicemails from years ago. So let me first give you some context. All right? A lot of people are thinking that these recordings happened right before Whitney Houston passed away. And this is and when she was last seen with Ray J in 2012, I believe. That is not the case. So let me give you some context. Ray J did not just start dealing with Whitney Houston in 2012 when you saw them, together, the last weekend that she was alive. Ray J has been dealing with Whitney Houston since 2006. All right? She used to confide in Ray J when her and Bobby Brown was having problems. When Bobby and Whitney divorced in 2006, I believe, or split in 2006, Ray J moved right on in on Whitney Houston. All right? Now, to prove that I'm right, Corinne Steffens, Superhead, has a videotape in 2007 of her taping Bobby Brown asleep on her couch. All right? Now, there is an article that was put out, and Corinne, she recalls a time where Ray J called her up, because, Corinne Steffens used to be involved with Ray J. If everyone doesn't know, Corinne Steffens, a.k.a. Superhead. All right? She recalls a time where Ray J called her up and said, "Yo, is Bob still asleep? Yo, Bob still asleep on your couch?" And she was like, "Yeah, he's still here. He's right here." "Well, yeah, you could tell him that. I done fucked two of his chicks now. His wife and you." Now, according to Superhead, according to Corinne Steffens, this is 2006 when this phone call took place. Whitney did not die until 2012. Right? Or 2011. I think she died 2012. So that just gives you some context of how long Ray J has been dealing with Whitney Houston. So when Kim places the phone call to Ray, now let's remember, this is 2006. Ray J and Kim Kardashian dated from 2002 to 2006. Right? Ray J and Kim Kardashian dated from 2002 to 2006. Now, the sex tape didn't get released until 2007, after they had already split. So this phone call, this is the same exact It sounds like the same exact time and the same type of phone call or voicemail that Kim left to Ray J, all right, when she found out about the sex tape.
That she left Ray J. Take a listen.
Ray, it's Kim. I just want you to know that I think you are so disgusting and desperate. Who leaves their email address on their machine? You clearly want people to call you, but yet you won't call me back. And actually, you know what? Don't call me back. Don't ever call me back. I never want to talk to you ever again. I think you're honestly a sick human being, and I think you are just so desperate that you'll do anything for attention, and you're just so disgusting. Honestly, go, have fun with old tag Whitney Houston. She's so sick, and, crack is definitely not whack with you guys.
That was the Candace Owens leaked audio. Here is Kim speaking on Ray J's voicemail. Now, this was posted on YouTube 14 years ago. All right, so just take a listen to this voicemail, which seems like, in the beginning, is the same voicemail.
I just want you to know that I think you are so disgusting and desperate. Who leaves their email address on their machine? You clearly want people to call you, but yet you won't call me back when you just know some crazy going on right now. You know I need to talk to you. It's just you make yourself look so suspicious by not returning my calls. It's just, honestly, I have no idea who you think you are or what you think that you're up to or what you think you're doing. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. And actually, you know what? Don't call me back. Don't ever call me back. I never want to talk to you ever again. I think you're honestly a sick human being. And I think you are just so desperate that you'll do anything for attention. And you're just so disgusting. Honestly, I cannot even give you any more of my attention because I just think that you're just sick. There's no other words for it. So I think that don't ever call me back ever again. I'm definitely going to just have my attorneys contact you, and we'll deal with it that way. So lose my number and never call me ever again, you disgusting, desperate.
Now, allegedly, this voicemail came directly after Kim heard about the sex tape. So, going off base a little bit, if Kim leaked this tape, like Ray J said, why is Kim contacting him saying, you make yourself seem so suspicious by not returning my call? She also said, there's a lot of stuff going on. And she also said, you know what? Don't call me back. I think you're sick. I'm just going to have my lawyers contact you. So this is what I'm talking about. If this voicemail sounds very, very similar to this one where she mentioned Whitney Houston. All right? So my point is, this was all around 2007. All right? Ray J, according to Corinne, was messing with Whitney 2006. That's when he was messing with Kim. So that voicemail that came from Kim Kardashian to Ray J, all right, is definitely talking about her seeing him with Whitney Houston, because the old rumor was Whitney was the person. She wasn't the only person that Ray J cheated on Kim with, but she was the person that Kim saw him with. Right? So Kim took it as, according to Kim, Ray J pretty much left her for Whitney Houston. So where it does not justify her calling Whitney an old hag and what have you, I'm sure that if the ladies out there, I'm sure they have called some people a girl that may have slept with their man or a girl that stole their man or what have you. I'm sure they called them some names, and then, God forbid, the person just happened to die later. Right? So the reason why I'm not so up in arms about it is because it was a simple phone call. She called Whitney an old hag. She basically said she's a crackhead. What basically everyone was saying about Whitney Houston in public. Now the thing that gets me is, this is what gets me, is to this day, nobody even seems to talk about Whitney Houston anymore. Nobody seems to respect Whitney Houston. They didn't respect her. They were partying below the damn hotel room of her room when she was dead above their head. They didn't respect her then. So now all of a sudden, because Candace Owens leaks 15-year-old voicemails, all of a sudden people are supposed to get up in arms about how much she disrespected Whitney Houston. Of course, she didn't know Whitney Houston was going to die. Right? But everyone was just not Kim Kardashian. Black people has disrespected Whitney Houston when she was alive and since she's been dead. Now, Candace Owens knows she don't give a damn about Whitney Houston. But back to my point. So, in 2006, Ray J calls up Corinne Steffens and tells her to tell Bobby Brown that he not only fucked her, he also fucked Whitney Houston. And there's a picture of Bobby Brown and Ray J in 2006 too. So Ray J took a picture, snapped a picture with Bobby Brown all up in his face. But then he's gonna wait until Bobby's at Corinne's house and then gonna call him up and say, "Yeah, I fucked your girl." But the point I'm making is, Kim Kardashian believed that Ray J cheated on her with Whitney Houston. All right, so that's the reason why she was so. This was not 2011 when she was married to Kanye or when they had been broken up for years. This is not then. A lot of people trying to paint the narrative, oh, look, she was still worrying about Ray J when he saw her with Whitney in 2012. That phone call was not 2012. That phone call was 2006 and 2007 at the latest. Right? I believe it was 2006. And then maybe that second phone call was in 2007 when she's talking about Whitney Houston. But it started and sound like the same phone call. Now, I don't know what part got altered and when did she get on Whitney Houston, but that phone call that I played, she was talking about the sex tape when she said, "You look so suspicious by not calling me back. And, matter of fact, don't call me back. I'll just have my lawyers contact you." And it just makes you think, if she leaked the tape like Ray J says, why is she saying you look suspicious by not calling me back? And you know what? I'll just have my lawyers contact you. Anyway, I'm not up in arms about this because Candace Owens is trying to paint this narrative, trying to make everyone turn on Kim Kardashian. So she's going to say, oh, I'm going to bring up America's sweetheart, when for the past God knows how long, black people included, how many people were disrespecting Whitney when she was alive, calling her a crackhead? How many black people did that? Calling her a crackhead, making fun of her. Then even after she died, no one barely brings Whitney up. Since she was on drugs or what have you, everyone kind of like brushes her to the side. But Candace Owens brings it up that Kim Kardashian said this. Now everybody's coming with the fake outrage. Where was your outrage when Clive Davis called Jennifer Hudson the new voice when Whitney was still alive? Where was your outrage when they were dancing and partying under Whitney's body in the hotel? When was your outrage then? When was your outrage when Clive Davis leaves her account and her estate in a negative? So when you go to the websites and ask for her net worth, it says negative $200 million. Where was your outrage then? But now, since Kim Kardashian called her an old hag, she called her old hag, and she said crack isn't whack with you guys, meaning both of them. Now, since it comes out to Kim Kardashian, now everyone is in an outrage for their queen, Whitney Houston. Give me a break. Give me a break. You guys care nothing about Whitney Houston. You care nothing about Whitney Houston. You don't give her props. You don't talk about her anymore. You know, you don't hardly recognize when her death and her birthday comes around. So don't give me that garbage now that you're so concerned about Whitney Houston. You're not. People just hate the Kardashians, and this is just another way that they can pile on. And what Kim should do, what Kim needs to do is actually, with this whole thing with Ray J talking about the sex tape thing, she needs to go read back and play that voicemail that's on YouTube and say, what about this? Why was I calling you saying you're not calling me back and it looked suspicious? What looked suspicious? Because she had saw that tape leaked and she was calling Ray J to find out whether he was the one that leaked it. And he never returned her phone call. So I'm not up in arms about this. That's the true story about what happened with Ray J, Whitney Houston, and Kim Kardashian. Ray J cheated on Kim with Whitney Houston. And again, that's one of the reasons why Kim and Brandy initially fell out, other than the fact that what she did with the credit cards, is that she asked Brandy several times, is there something else going on with your brother and Whitney? And you know, Brandy, no, that's my godmother. That's my godmother. Ray J's like a son to her. So, there you have it. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. This is the real story behind the voicemails and the Kim Kardashian, Ray J, and Whitney Houston drama.